This video is going to be a little bit different than what you're used to because it's just basically a compilation of videos and photos that I took on a recent trip to Alaska. And I think you're going to enjoy it because of the scenery and the really unique fishing for grayling. And grayling is a fish that I've always wanted to catch throughout my life, and I just made it a priority on this trip to try to catch a few grayling because it's just kind of been on my bucket list. This year, my wife Sherry and I decided to go on a trip to Alaska. We were gone for 24 days and we traveled across the United States to Washington and then went up through British Columbia, the entire length of British Columbia, mostly on the Cassiar Highway. I had a fishing license for British Columbia and I wanted to spend some time grayling fishing in British Columbia and also in Alaska. And so I was looking for places that I could fish, and I'd been told that most of the streams that are clear water, cold water streams would have grayling in them. So what I would do is when there would be a stream that would come close to the road or cross the road, then I would just kind of bushwhack down to the stream and make a few casts. And I actually did catch some grayling that way, and it was really, really cool. Although it was very difficult to get video of it because the alders and the willows are just so thick that it's very, very difficult to just push your way down to these streams and then get a cast off. So I didn't get very much video of that, but I did get a little bit of photos and video. Just beautiful country. When we got to Alaska, I decided to spend the majority of my efforts trying to fish grayling on the streams along the Denali Highway. Now the Denali Highway runs east to west across part of Alaska. It's 130 some miles long and about 100 miles of it is gravel. It's a pretty decent road, but it doesn't get a huge amount of use, and there are a lot of streams that just kind of curve close to the road. So that's where I spent a lot of my time fishing grayling, both with flies and with spinners and spoons, and was very fortunate to catch a handful of them. Not very big, but you don't expect to catch very big grayling in these areas. And a lot of the places, like I said, I just bushwhacked my way down through the streams. I'm literally following bear trails in alder bushes that are over my head and carrying bear spray, of course. I found some good places to fish and just really, really enjoyed this. Well, it's a beautiful spot down here. I'm trying to catch some grayling, and I'm on the Denali Highway, and I walk down. You probably cannot see, maybe you can, that's my camper when my wife's sitting up there videoing me from up there, and I had to bushwhack down here following bear trails and moose trails. Caught one grayling right up here in a nice little pool, and then I'm working my way down, and I'm going to fish about 300-400 yards of this stream and then go back to the camper. But man, what an absolutely gorgeous day. 70 degrees this morning and not a cloud in the sky. What a great day to be fishing in Alaska. The scenery was incredible. Ended up catching quite a few fish, and one of the interesting things about this was that I have a friend who ties flies, and I'd shot a brown black bear, chocolate color phase black bear, a few years ago, and I had given him a patch of fur from this bear, and he tied me some flies from this bear fur, and I actually caught some grayling on the flies made out of the fur of a bear that I shot myself. That was pretty cool. So another thing about this that you're probably wondering is, yes, we did eat a couple of the grayling. I was actually kind of disappointed in the flavor and the firmness of them. You know, you would think that a fish that comes out of these cold, clear water streams would have a really good quality meat, but like I said, I was actually a little bit disappointed in them. So after we ate the first two, then I just released all the rest of them. Beautiful scenery, a great trip. My wife and I were gone for 25 days. We went all the way up through British Columbia and the Yukon and Alaska, and then back on the Alaska Highway. And it was a great trip overall. I hope you enjoyed this.